Hello everybody, it's Sarah and once again it's time for Top 5 Wednesday. Top 5 Wednesday was created by Lainey from Ginger Eats Lainey and the host is Sam from Thoughts on Tomes, and I'll leave the links to both their channels as well as the Goodreads group in the description box down below, so go and check those out. This week's topic was a very exciting topic for me, and that is the top 5 characters that we would defend against anyone and everyone. This topic was exciting for me because I often notice that I love characters that, well, let's just say not everybody seems to feel the same way about those characters. So it was really easy for me to find 5 characters that I love and that I would defend against anyone. I of course have loads of characters that I would defend against anyone, but I tried to find 5 that a lot of other people seem to dislike or even hate. And there's only one character on this list where I feel like the general crowd seems to love him as well. This week is going to be an exception. I will rate those characters from least defendable to most defendable. Did that make any sense? I don't care. Let's get started. So first is a character that should probably be higher on this list, but he has place number 5 because I feel like there's not that much need to defend him. And that is Dustfinger from the Inkheart trilogy by Cornelia Funke. Even though he knows what is morally right, he does have some problems following his moral compass because he's afraid a lot of the time. He's pretty much a craven, but even though he's not perfect, I would still defend him against anyone. Next is a character who I feel also has a bit of love, at least in the fandom, and that is Boromir from Lord of the Rings by Tolkien. I just love Boromir. I don't even know what to say about him, honestly, because I feel like he's just really great three-dimensional character, and I really understand why he does what he does, and so I will defend him against anyone and everyone. Next is not really a character from one specific book, but just a character that appears a lot in mythology, books, retellings, and so on. And that is Loki, the Norse god. Loki is my favorite god of all the pantheons like ever. He is the god of mischief. So it's safe to say that he does take some actions sometimes that are not exactly the right thing, but I don't care. I love him anyways. And by the way, if I talk about Loki, I mean like a well done Loki. I do not count the Loki from Magnus Chase because I thought he was just horrible, and I also do not count Loki from the Marvel universe. I know that there are a lot of people who love that Loki, but I'm just not too much of a fan of him. And just a little recommendation: if you love Loki as much as I do, or even just a little bit, go read this book, The Gospel of Loki by Joanne Harris. It's a retelling of Norse mythology from the point of view of Loki, and it's just great and hilarious and so funny. Next is a character where I honestly have had multiple discussions, especially with Anna and my roommate Hannah, as to why I love him so much. I have heard all the arguments against him and I still love him, and that is Sebastian from the Mortal Instruments series by Cassandra Clare. I have been told that loving Sebastian is like loving Voldemort or loving Sauron, but honestly I don't think so. Okay, he is not exactly a good guy. In fact, he is the villain of the series, or one of the 2 villains. But I love him, and I think that he is a vastly misunderstood character who just needs some love, and then he can be a good guy. And I don't care what arguments you have against it. I won't listen to you, and I will defend him anyway. Lastly is a character that I used to hate, or at least dislike. But now if someone says one bad word against her, I will show my claws. With all those other characters, I can accept, maybe even understand that you don't like them, but not with this character. And that is Sansa Stark from The Song of Ice and Fire by George R.R. Martin. She is just the greatest character ever. She is so strong. I love her so much, which actually is really funny because with the exception of Catelyn Stark, I hate all the other Starks. Like all the other Starks, except Jon Snow, but he's a Snow, not a Stark. And I probably like them even less than the Lannisters. So it's really an honor for her to be that high on my list, but I can't help but love her. She's so great. She has gone through so much and has had so much character development in the last 5 books that I just love her. That was it for this week's Top 5 Wednesday. I hope you enjoyed it. Tell me your characters that you will defend against everyone and anyone, and I hope I'll see you guys soon. Kiss kiss!